Hey everybody, welcome back. There is a Blade Master on me. As soon as I loaded in, I was under attack. So, we've got our work cut out for us. But welcome back, how you doing? Alright, so this is difficult for two reasons. One, I don't have a companion to help take his attention away and open up some shots. That's a big loss for me, but the other thing is the two-handed mace. This guy parries almost every single attack, and the mace is so slow that I can't really afford to have my attacks parried like that. So I'm thinking the shield would be better, but as we know, I'm not very skilled with the shield, as you can see. See what I'm saying? He parries almost every attack. The best thing you can do is feint, I suppose, but he rarely falls for that. Let's switch back here. There we go. There we go. I think I figured it out. You gotta keep going. You gotta keep swinging. Oh, I missed it. Okay, never mind. I did not figure it out. I thought I had the timing figured out. That's what I was referring to. I went in for the remise and I paid for it with my consciousness. Alright, so hopefully he won't be standing right over us once we return to consciousness here, because that's going to make things quite difficult. Okay, pretty good. Looking good. Alright, we only took a little bit of red health damage, so all in all, that really was not that bad. I know it seemed bad, and it seemed like a pathetic display that I should probably be ashamed of, but no, that's not what it was. Alright, so I lost track of where I was. Don't think we were over here. I always get completely off track when there's a fight, especially against a Blade Master. Oh, okay, I know where I'm at. Alright, so we win. Uh-oh. Oh, that's a skeleton. There's someone else out there. There's someone else. Who is that? Oh, it's another skeleton. Yeah, I wish there was a better option for when the skeletons get stuck on your weapon like that. Maybe, like, I wish you could just overhead when that happens, basically, and smash them to pieces. That would be amazing. Right, let's see, I think that skeleton, yeah, skeleton's working. I'm gonna unwisely just step right into the hallway here. There it is. Okay. I do like the mace, man. I do like it, but of course my complaint is still the same. It's so very slow. Oh man. Okay, so anyway, when all that mayhem started, we were over here, actually. believe it or not. This is where that all started, was like right here. I loaded in, we ended up going that way. This is where I wanted to go. Okay, can we not search that? No, I thought we could. That hat is ridiculous. Okay. Nothing useful there. There's a map of the level. There's another male coif. We already have one. All right. Yeah, I thought there was something here. You know, that's probably a decent sword compared to this one. Let's see. Well, not well, in some ways it is better. You know what? I'm gonna switch it. Did I already have one of those? No, okay. I'm trying to think if I should go back to the sword and board for the counters there. We wouldn't be able to wear those with this. Or if I should use the two-handed mace against the captain and that other guy. There's a very narrow hallway. Well, I mean, it's not extremely narrow, but this fight coming up right here is what I'm talking about. You know what? I'm gonna try the sword and board here. Just because the two-handed mace is gonna be so problematic in these corridors. Got a good stab in right there. That was not good. And again, with the shield, I'm trying to put my cursor to my right, to the right of the guy, so that the shield stays aligned with the front of his body. But that makes the attacks a little strange, because you're starting your attack at a unusual position. There we go. I mean, there's just no way this is going to compare. I mean, you know what I'm saying? It's not even close. I think for the captain, because he has a two-handed... yeah, he has a two-handed axe. I'll probably use the mace. Alright, here he is. Okay, I just wanted to get that out of the way. But that did not work. Oh, I blew a perfectly wide open shot. Oh my goodness, did you see that? That was amazing. Oh no, I thought he was getting up. Oh, I tried to stay down to go, so that would go over my head, and it ended up nailing me. There it is. Alright. You know, God, I'm tempted to take that axe. So tempted to take that. It has more impact, little less balance and the same crush, but of course it does slashing damage as well as impact damage. I don't know, man. I'm gonna get rid of that. Drop that in there. Yeah. That's what we'll do. Okay. I don't know. I'm kind of starting to enjoy both the sword and board a little bit in a weird way, even though it's usually not my thing. And I'm starting to kind of enjoy the two-handed mace, despite how sluggish it seems at times. All right. So over here we're gonna get some new armor, and I'm hoping that we can affect the condition of this armor. Yes, it has text telling us about the condition. This is good. This is good. So if you can compare here, the stats that we're gonna get are they're not gonna be quite as good as the plate armor, as you can see. But we can affect the stats by using the spheres. I'm sorry. So okay, let's look at this here. We have 3 impact, 4.5 slash. The crush is the same, and pierce is the same. Now, obviously, the encumbrance is a huge difference here. Of course, it doesn't make that big of a difference for me because I have maneuvering and armor 1, 2, and 3. But let's see what we can do to this. So again, I'm just trying to remember this for myself. 3, 4.5, 2.5, 3.5. I've already forgotten it. So, alright, so we just used the sphere on this. And now we have 3.5, 4.5, 2.5, 3.5. So that's the same. But it's in flawless condition. Sorry, I can't speak. Flawless condition, but this didn't change, did it? I mean, I know my memory is terrible, but that didn't change. So I'm starting to think I might just stick with the plate armor this time. I think I'm just gonna stick with the plate armor. I was looking forward to that. It's kind of sad. Okay. Yeah, we'll stay with the plate armor. Alright. Alright, so I have basically everything I need from this level. So let's go to the sewers. Now in the sewers, we're definitely going to switch back to the one-handed sword and the shield. Because the fail, and again, I don't know how to pronounce that name, so I'll just say fail. F-A-E-L. They get right up in your face, and it's ridiculous, so it's great to be able to stab them. Alright, so there's a door to the marketplace. I'm not sure if the marketplace has been added to the beta branch yet, but I know that the sewers have, because we ran through them in our last playthrough here, so let's go. Alright, so just like last time, we're going to go around lighting the orbs on the wall, so that, well, first we're going to faceplant. And that way we'll know where we've been, and it'll make navigating the sewers just slightly less difficult. And I emphasize slightly, because it's really not a big difference. Alright, so let me switch to sword and board before I forget. Now this is going to be especially difficult because I usually have thaumaturgy, and I usually have continuous mind sense, so I can see when the fail and are coming at me, but it's I'm gonna get ganked is basically what's gonna happen. Alright. Unfortunately, nothing really cool in that chest. I don't want to zoom in too much. I want to be able to see as much as I can here. See if there's a light. Yeah. Oh, crap. Well, that's exactly what I was talking about. Came out of nowhere, and see how I'm getting the face hugger action now. I've got to back it up, start with my stabs. There we go. Throw in a slash for good measure. Alright, we didn't take... I don't think we took red health damage, so that's even Steven. It's good, no problem. Hey, look at that. So this sword is an interesting find. I mentioned this in the last run. So this sword, every time you use it, basically the slash damage starts going down and down and down because the edge is so fine that it basically chips away. However, if you have a green crystal, you put the green crystal in here, and I don't have one, it'll max the slash out to 7 instead of 5, and it will not lose any of that edge as long as the crystal is active. So that's awesome, but I don't have a green crystal, and I don't slash in the sewers. I always stab, so it usually doesn't make that big of a difference for me. Alright, let's move on. Oh, the sewers. Such a freaky place. Especially without mind sense, I'm telling you. Here's something. Here's something. It sounded like steel or iron on iron, you know what I mean? So, probably a skeleton, a possessed skeleton. I don't know. Maybe I didn't hear anything. Maybe I'm losing my mind. Alright, let's go back this way. Right now, it just struck me how badly I want Sui Generis to come out. And just thinking about all the different places like this that you would find in an open world. Just all the possibilities, my goodness. So many possibilities, so much potential, so much replayability. In case you're unfamiliar, Sui Generis was the original game that was going to be made by Bare Metal. Here's a possessed skeleton. But they decided to make Exanima both as kind of a proof of concept, but more so as a prologue type of thing, that it would help them develop all the tools that they were going to need to make Sui Generis, but it was also going to allow player feedback about the mechanics and, you know, all that kind of stuff, and then they turned into basically 2 separate games. Exanima is still intended to be a relatively short experience compared to Sui Generis, but they did decide, you know, to put some love into it. Alright, I'm fighting terribly right now. I keep getting stuck on the wall. I'm doing such a terrible job. I should be using probably my mace on this guy. Yep. That's what I should have done. So anyway, as you can see, we didn't take any more red damage, and that you usually only take red damage when you get cut. Usually. I mean, yes, you can get, you know, brained by a sledgehammer, and that's gonna do some serious red damage, but generally speaking, getting cut, you know, on exposed parts, you know, where there's no armor, that's gonna get you that red damage. Alright, trying to come up here. There we go. Alright, one more light there. Alright, so that's where we're going to end this episode. As always, thank you guys so much for hanging out. I always appreciate it, I really do. And please hit like and subscribe, and I'll see you guys next time.